Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's July 5th. I hope everybody had a nice, 4th of July. You guys know how much I love the 80s. I graduated in 1978, and I grew up in the 80s. So there's a lot of movies in the 80s that I like. So I wanted to talk about, some of the, I have a playlist of stuff that I love movies in the 80s. There's quite a bit. But I haven't uploaded anything lately because I just haven't. But I am going to upload this today, and it is batteries not included. Batteries not included. Man, I have such fond memories of batteries not included. It just puts a smile on my face, man. It's so weird because it just, God, I just remember the 80s, man. It was such a fun time for me. That was my time. Like a lot of people that graduates, they're 10 years after they graduate, they'll say that's their time as well. I'm quite sure that people that, graduated in the late 80s and then they went through the 90s, that was their time. But, I graduated in 78, so the 80s, man, there was just so much stuff out there, just, I just enjoyed. But, it says Steven Spielberg presents and Matthew Robbins film. So Steven Spielberg had something to do with this, but I'll read the plot synopsis and we'll go from there. But I had such fond memories. 5 ordinary people needed a miracle. Then one night, Faye Riley left the window open. God, this is such a, it's just such, I think it's a very underappreciated, just a movie that a lot of people just, a delightful fantasy presented by Steven Spielberg. So Steven Spielberg had, it's underrated to me. It's very underrated. Batteries Not Included came out in 1987, like I told you, in the 80s. It's a sci-fi comedy horror. It's an hour and 46 minutes. It came out December 18th. It was distributed by Universal Pictures. And so it's Frank, and I'll read the plot synopsis and we'll go from there. It's the box office was $65.1 million. And it was produced by Ronald L. Showray. And the cast was Jessica Tandy, Hume Crawl, and Frank McRae, and Michael Carmine, and Elizabeth Pena, Dennis Bruce DeCaris, and Tom Aldridge. Now, most of this cast is deceased except for one person. I checked that out. But this cast was just perfect. I just read you the cast, and some of the names I butchered, but it's a great cast. It's a great cast. But Frank and Faye Riley, this is the married couple. They are an elderly New York couple living in a depressed part of town. They are in a diner. They run a diner, okay, and as well as an apartment building, which is home to a poor but friendly group of people. Now, I had to make sure I wrote this down because usually when I get in front of this camera, I forget stuff. One day, Frank and Faye learned that the property developer wants them to sell their apartment. When they refuse, the diner is vandalized. So it's vandalized because these people want them to get out, because that's the only thing holding them up from developing this property, okay? So that's why it says that. And then Frank and their tenants are aided by mysterious flying saucers. I remember the first time I watched this movie, I was like, wow, it was so good. And they get the help of them to repair the diner and fight back. And that's basically what this is all about. This is such a warm-hearted movie. The cast was perfect, you guys. It was just, God, it was so good. Like I said, I think it's a very underrated movie. I think it's a very underappreciated movie as well. I know there's people out there like me that probably likes this movie. I tried to get this movie on 4K, but I couldn't get it on 4K. I think one day it'll be available in 4K, because it's so weird, because in my DVD collection, I got Blu-ray and then I got the 4K. And then sometimes I turn around and I'll have all the movies, and then for some reason I'll buy the box set on 4K. But it's just a bad habit I got, but it's better than having a drinking habit and drugs and all that. But woo, you guys, this was such a delightful movie. I hope one day that I could get this on 4K, and I hope that you guys check this out, especially you young people out there. Check this out. Batteries not included. Look at that background. Look at that. This is, and she left the window open, and good thing she did, because by her letting, and you know, y'all know who Jessica. Some of y'all know who Jessica Tandy is, but I do, because I was born in '59. But people that's like in their late 20s and early 30s, they have no idea what some of these people are. But it's so weird, because I thought Steven Spielberg had something to do with this, but you know, I just got this movie recently, and it's just great memories, you guys. So anyway, that's my memory lane. That's me going down my memory lane of the '80s. It was just a great time. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. God bless. Take care, and we'll catch you next video. We'll see you.